In this fifth episode of SCR Metro Theories, I discuss the implications of the mysterious metro construction sites and announce the winner of Comment of the Month, March 2025. Before we start though, sorry if the editing of this video is a bit lower quality, but I've been ill all week, so I'm just trying to pace myself. Also, I am racing a channel called Stepford Stuff to 100 subscribers. Now without further ado, onto the video. Along with Ailing to Lynn by the Sea, on April Fool's 2025, several intriguing barriers popped up in and around Stepford City. These were metro construction sites, as evident by the metro branding and the time at which this happened. Many players, including myself, were frantically searching for these sites. So far there are 5 that I know of. Barriers around the Coxley Newtown entrances, a barrier straddling the main line next to the Connect HQ, a barrier in the concourse of Stepford East, and a barrier on the lower floor of Stepford Central. However, the last one, this random box in the middle of nowhere with some ballast, a truck, a weird building, and some letters made of track that can be arranged to spell metro, is by far the most interesting. After wondering what this was, I realized something, and although at the time I thought it was just funny, it later led to me finally coming up with a theory in which both this station's identity and Barton's location would make sense.
Ice cream, nachos, pizza and strudels, french fry, tacos, seafood and noodles, produce, whole grain baked beans and custard, chicken tenders, beef stew and mustard.
To start this part off, we're going to look back at a few of my previous Metro Theory episodes. In episode 1, I suggested that Barton would be on a branch north of the main line, which would include Coxley Newtown. But then in episode 4, I said that I didn't think that would be the case anymore. However, this middle of nowhere construction site is widely thought to be Barton, making me think that my original Barton location theory is actually true. In fact, I have a few new pieces of evidence that I couldn't discuss back then. The first piece of evidence involves Coxley Newtown. One thing I didn't realize while making episode 4 was just how close Coxley Newtown is to Coxley. It took me just 30 seconds to run between Coxley and Coxley Newtown, so it wouldn't make sense for Metro to stop at both stations. The next piece of evidence also involves the Coxley stations. The new metro construction sites are only at places where new infrastructure will be required, such as underground sections and new areas. Coxley Newtown will be underground, and considering the distance between Newtown and Coxley stations, the metro platforms of Coxley would have to be underground if Metro went there. But there is no barrier at Coxley, so that can't happen. Even though my original Barton theory is more likely than the one I came up with in episode 4, there is still one change that I'm going to make. The construction site is south of Newtown, whereas I thought Barton would be north of it. Anyway, now it's time to annotate the map of stations I think Metro will call at. I no longer think Metro will serve Barton or the line of trees, and that Barton will be after Coxley Newtown, meaning that this map now contains 24 stations. The video was originally supposed to end here, but as I was writing this, I had a random thought related to Metro. A few minutes later, I thought of it again, and then realized something. That thought I had would finally give a perfect explanation for this station. It's not Beachley or UFC. Here's what it actually is.
Apple sandwich, pasta and grilled cheese salad, trail mix, almond and chickpeas, Cheeto pickles, apple and jerky, orange soda, cookies and turkey.
So, what is my final answer as to which station this one is? Well, I believe that this station is Barton. To explain that, though, we first have to explain the thought I had. Since that construction site is directly in between Newtown and Ellesmere Junction, I thought, what if Barton is part of a loop with Newtown and Ellesmere Junction on either side of it? Well, it would explain everything. In this scenario, the platforms of Barton would probably be bidirectional, which would explain the double love indicator. Also, if this station is UFC, then it wouldn't make sense for one of the of indicators to say Beachley. So, what do they say? Well, I believe they either say to Bodin and to Ellesmere, or to Bodin and to Berrily. This makes sense as these will be the closest 3 major metro stations to the Barton construction site. Funnily enough, when this station was first leaked, a comment under SCR subreddit actually said something very similar about the of indicators, although I didn't believe it at the time. I also wonder if the Berrily routes that connect will inevitably transfer to Metro will be rerouted, or extended via the Barton loop, depending on whether the right indicator says to Ellesmere or Berrily. Now that that's done, it's time to once again change the map of stations I think Metro will call at. Since I'm not certain if that right indicator showed Ellesmere or Berrily, I'm just going to display it like this. Before I move on to comment of the month, I'm just going to say that one transport guy helped me come up with the theory I just mentioned. Go sub to his channel, I'm sure he'd appreciate it. Since that has now been discussed, I'm going to announce the winner of comment of the month, March 2025. As I said in my last video, it was very hard to decide a winner, so don't feel bad if your comment didn't win. Anyways, the winner was this comment by user MindGayTransport. It was posted on Metro Theories episode 2 and reads, "Great video. As I'm sure by now you've seen the new sneak peek, confirming this isn't for Waze. I've wondered myself where this station is, as it only has 2 platforms, and there are no 2 platform stations on the leaked route map apart from for Waze. Potentially a Barton Metro station or Coxley Newtown." This comment felt really good to read, and the user even gave their own theories. A great comment of the month contender, so that's why it won. Anyways, the competition went great last month, so I'm hosting another one for April. Comment something cool or funny below any video I upload during April 2025, and you could win a shoutout in my first video in May. Before this video ends, I just wanted to say that all the music in this video was the Silly Food Game by Creepsington, and also sorry that the end was a bit rushed because my family is taking me on a surprise trip to Portugal. Bye everyone.